Hey guys, Parth here, and in today's video let's talk about the 5G situation in India. And if you recall guys, there are a lot of stuff is going about 5G devices and 5G network right now in India. So I think let's make video about this and some of the fact that are here that I want to tell you about. And the first thing is, if you recall that Snapdragon 765 and the 765G and as well as Snapdragon 865 was just launched a couple of months ago, right? And this processors, if you know, that is capable of the 5G modem, right? So it is very good processor, mid-range, the Snapdragon 765, 765G, and the Snapdragon 865 is a flagship grade processor. So it was a very good processor, and lots of smartphone that is launched with the Snapdragon 865G, right? We have a Realme X50 Pro 5G, right? It is very good smartphone, there is no doubt about that. But do you know that this is a very expensive processor? If you compare with the Snapdragon 765G with the Snapdragon 730G or even the Snapdragon 720G, then this is Snapdragon 765G is a very expensive processor because it contains the 5G modem. So if any brand wants to implement the device with this 765G, they have to pay the different price for the different 5G modems, even if they don't want to include the 5G capabilities in their device. Then also they have to pay the price for the 5G modem, and that increases the price of the device. And guys, to be frank, in the India right now, we are not going to see the 5G at least 3 or 4 years. At least in the 3 or 4 years we are not going to have a 5G. That's for sure. That's you have to note down, because currently right now we are only having a 3 or 4 good players in the market, like Airtel, Vodafone-idea and the Jio. And in this case, if you follow the latest tech news, uh, Vodafone-idea has not very good situation of their own, especially for the telecom sector. They are sort of in trouble because they are facing some kind of financial loss. They have to pay the price to government. So this is the situation, and bidding for the 5G is still not started. So how can we expect to have a 5G network in a month or 1 year so? So I think this is not a good idea to buy a 5G phone right now. Yes, you can have a good device. First of all, see the device, what is the hardware, what is the software, how is the price, how is the camera, what kind of SoC is used, and then look for the 5G device. Because if you look that beyond, then it will be good device. If that device will have a 5G capabilities around 15 to 20,000, then it will be good. But that will be not happening. That will be very rare, because as I have said in a again, that 5G modem is very expensive, which is in the processor, 5G processor. So you will be paying the premium price. I again said that don't buy the Realme X50 Pro 5G, because if you wanna have a good Realme device, especially in the flagship category, then go for a Realme X2. Realme X2 Pro. It is very good device. Yes, it doesn't have 5G, but it will be very good. It is has almost same as compared to the Realme X50 Pro 5G. So there is only one difference, that X50 Pro 5G has a 65 watt fast charging, and this one has only 50 watt fast charging. But there is not a major difference that you will going to notice, right? 50 watt fast charging is a still very fast. So I think this is the wrong hype that is created by marketing companies, and they are taking advantage of our uh, people, that they are not very good in knowledge for this, what is 5G and when the 5G will come. Till the time 5G will come in India, which is available to end consumer, we will have to wait at least for the 3 or 5 or 4 more years, right? So in my frank opinion, don't buy a 4G device or a 5G device right now. Go with the good 4G device. There are many smartphones. If you want a flagship category, if you want a mid-range segment, if you want an entry level, and the first thing and the last but not the least, that the 5G device will be first available to the flagship category, because as I have said, there is a very expensive thing in the 5G for the special device. So that's a thing you have to note. Still the bidding for the 5G has not started. Again I am saying, the bidding for the 5G not yet started. So there will be very much high amount of time it is there to have a 5G in India, especially for the our end consumers like us, you and me. We have to wait at least 2 or 3 days for the 5G available in India. So that's the case, guys. And I am getting a lot of question about this on Quora. So I thought let's make a video. This is not a technical video, but then again it is very useful for the people who are thinking that if I going to buy a 5G device, what will happen? It will be good to buy a 5G device. Nothing can happen. Okay, you are buying the 5G device. It is like having a electric car in India right now. Because if you buy the electric car, nothing will happen. Okay, you will buy and you will be using it, but there is no that much infrastructure for the electric cars in India. There is no that much amount of charging station so that you can go freely with your electric car. That's the same case with the 5G devices. We don't have a 5G communication, 5G network and all this stuff. Then what is the use of the 5G network, 5G network and 5G device, right? And you have to go premium for the 5G device. That is what my point is all about, right? So that's it from guys. I hope you like this video, understand these terms and this all that I have said in this video. So I hope you are getting it, and you are go for the 5G device or 4G device. Very good. Still you are going to use it for 2 or 3 days, 2 or 3 years at least. Many 99% of people use a mid-range device at least 1.5 to 2 years. So at that time, then will you have to buy 4G? Then it will be good, right? So right now you shouldn't buy the 5G device, in my frank opinion.